Civics Ch.1 Introduction to our Constitution. Introduction. Rules are necessary to ensure smooth conduct of the activities in our lives. We follow norms in family and rules in our village, city or school. The administration of our country is carried through a system of rules. Constitution. Constitution is the book in which all the provisions regarding the administration of a country are mentioned together in a systematic way. Constitution is the fundamental law of the land. Judiciary has been given power to declare the laws which do not observe the provisions of the Constitution as unconstitutional. The citizenship, rights of citizen, laws for citizen are all mentioned in a book for the country that is called as Constitution. Advantages of Constitution: reduces possibility of misuse of power. Safeguards the rights and freedom of citizens. As citizens of India, all of us have some rights and some duties towards our country. All the rights, all the freedom, all the laws and rules for all of us are mentioned in a book, and that book is called as the Constitution of India. Because of that, one of the advantage of the Constitution is increase the faith of citizen in the governance of the country. All of us are citizens of India, and it is very important that our relation and the government relation should be faithful. Because of the Constitution, it helps to make and to grow the relationship between the government and the citizens of the country. Fourth point, preservation of human rights. All of us have some birth rights. For example, all of us have right to live. All of us have right to take education. When we cross the age of 18, all of us have right to vote in the elections. These are all called as human rights. Since all these rights are written in a book for the country, therefore it helps to preserve the human rights for citizens of the India. Administration of the Constitution. Administration is the process of taking decision regarding the issues before the country. Governance is undertaken by the government. The government has to make laws related to topics like defending boundaries, example the soldiers, the navy, all the people who take care or protect our country will be termed as defending the boundaries. Protection from external aggression, eradication of poverty. Poverty stands for poorness. People who are extremely poor, who can't afford their daily food, is termed as poverty. Creating employment to give jobs lies the responsibility in the hands of the government. Education, health, commerce, industries, protection of weaker sections. Weaker sections are all the people who are extremely weak in terms of money, physical health. Example, all Adivasis will be termed as weaker sections. Progress of women, children and tribal people. Tribal people means all the Adivasis or all the lower caste people are termed as tribal people. So it is a great responsibility of the government to make sure all the respective departments of the country are taken care, especially in terms of defense, women and children. Background of the Constitution. The process of making the Constitution of India started in 1946. The leaders of the freedom movement insisted on laws to be made by the Indians themselves. All of us know Before our independence, Britishers were ruling the country of India. Therefore, all the rules and laws for the country of India were made by the Britishers. Hence, when it was clear that India is going to get independence from the Britishers, the Indian freedom fighters made sure that henceforth the independent India will not follow rules and laws which were made by the Britishers. Hence, the concept of making the new rules and laws for the country of India emerged, and because of that, a committee was established in the year 1946, a year prior to our independence. The committee which was appointed to make new rules, new laws for the independent country of India, that committee was named as Constituent Assembly. The representatives of the different provisions and the princely states were included in the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly consisted of 299 members. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of the Constituent Assembly, whereas Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was chairman of the drafting committee. Contribution of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar studied various constitutions of the world in depth. The draft constitution prepared by him was discussed article by article, and amendments were suggested by the members. He answered the questions raised and suggestions given, making the constitution flawless. Due to his contribution in making of the constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar is called the architect of the Indian Constitution. Making and features of the Constitution. The task of making Constitution was completed in 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. The original Constitution had 395 articles which were divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Sarojini Naidu, J.P. Kripalani, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur were the prominent members of the Constituent Assembly. B.N. Rao, a noted legal expert, was the constitutional advisor on legal matters. The Constitution was enacted on 26th of November 1949. The governance of the country as per the provisions of the Constitution started from 26th of January 1950. The actual formation of the Constitution was started in the year 1946 prior to our independence. It took 2 years and 11 months and 18 days to complete this procedure, and finally the work of Constitution was completed on 26th of November 1949, post our independence. Yet, India got independence in the year 1947. So from 1947 to 1949, for these 2 remaining years, India still followed the rules and laws which were made by the Britishers. The work of the Constitution was completed on 26th of November 1949, and this day was termed as Constitutional Day. India became free on 15th of August 1947. Till then, India was also following rules and laws made by the Britishers. Since the work of the Constitution was completed on 26th of November 1949, it was in the month of January, that is 26th of January 1950. From this day, India started to follow rules and laws made by India by the Constituent Assembly, and henceforth this was called as the Republic Day. Republic Day stands for completely independent from the British power, also following new rules and laws made by the Indians. And that is why 15th of August is declared as Independence Day, whereas 26th of January is declared or is celebrated in India as Republic Day. Let's summarize what we have learned. We have learned the meaning of Constitution. All of us have your school calendars with you. School calendars includes all the details of your school, all your rules, all your laws, whatever you have to know regarding your school is kept into the book called as calendar for the school. Similarly, a book which contains all the rules, all the laws, all the human rights, all the information of the country of India is termed as Constitution. Importance of Constitution. Without Constitution, India would not function in the way it is functioning today. Background of the Constitution. All of us know India was prior ruled by the Britishers. Indian freedom fighters did not want to follow rules and laws which were made by the Britishers post-independence. And for that reason, a committee was established and that committee was termed as Constitutional Assembly. The formation of the work of Constitution started in the year 1946 and was completed in the year 1949, and that is why on 26th of Jan 1950 we follow Republic Day, that is completely republic, completely free from the British power.